Hi, I'm Alex, founder of Arappica. Arappica is the app that helps you to choose the right coffee, and also where you can review the coffee you drink and share your experience with others. If you watched our previous video where we visited Thailand Coffee Fest, the biggest coffee event in Southeast Asia, you could see that guy. His name is Sawang, and he is just a brilliant guy who roasts coffee, who travels around the world, minimalist, and very interesting person. So we texted him later, and he invited us to visit his farm in Chiang Mai, and that's exactly what we did. So let's go to Chiang Mai.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
Sawang's farm, located between Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, and is hidden in a beautiful forest. After a small but very interesting talk about his mind-blowing traveling by bicycle all around the world, by the way, we will meet the bicycle community later in this video, Sawang invited us to spend a couple of days with him to see the whole journey of the coffee. And this is what we are going to cover in this video. And we start with picking up coffee. January and February is a coffee harvesting time in Thailand. Farmers pick up coffee in rounds. Almost everyone from villages around the coffee area is involved in that stage. It is crucial to pick up the berries before they spoiled. It can take up to a month to pick up all the berries from a small farm like this. After participating in picking up berries, Sawang took us to a nearby village to show the next very important step in coffee life journey: processing. Almost every household in the village either process coffee or work in a quality control. After the coffee berries are picked up, the magic of coffee processors start. There are so many ways to process coffee, from the most common, natural and worst, till very exotic, like leaving the beans with blueberry and rum for weeks in a barrel. But the main goal of that part is to convert berries into green beans prepared for roasting. During the coffee life journey, there are at least 3 rounds of quality control. First, when you pick up the berries. Then, as you can see on the video, during and after the processing, and before and after the roasting. You'll see the last 2 I mentioned later in this video. After visiting the coffee village, we came back to the farm and packed the berries that were picked up that day and were drying on the sun in bags. Sat on 4 bikes and drove around an hour all the way to Sawang's warehouse, where he dries and roasts his coffee. That was the end of the first day. When we arrived at the roastery the next day, we found a group of retired people that were biking through the north of the country and stopped for a couple of nights right at the warehouse. Amazing vibe. But back to the coffee life journey. As I mentioned earlier, before you start roasting, you need to check again the quality of the beans. This is super important. So round 2 of the quality control. While we are helping with the beans, Sawang and his team were preparing everything for the roasting process. For that, you need to warm up the roaster to a specific temperature, prepare batches of coffee so you do not waste any minute when you roast, and of course, plan the roasting. Right planning is the key for success and consistency in the coffee quality. Sawank and his team invest a lot of time to that step, and this is why his coffee has so good quality and so delicious. The next and the final big step is roasting. Green beans are loaded into the preheat drum of the machine and started to absorb heat. Every roaster has its own roasting techniques and profiles, but basically it is all about time and temperature. There are a couple important milestones during the process where you can hear the sound of cracking coffee. Depending on the roast level, you can hear it only once or twice. There are 5 main roasting levels: light, medium, medium dark, and dark. Light roasts are usually used for filter coffee and dark roast for good espresso. However, you can experiment and find what you like the most. After the coffee roasted in the machine, it has to cool down very quick to stop the roasting process. The last 3 small but important steps are final quality control, packaging, and prepare the packages to be sent to you. And of course, you always need to reward yourself after working day with a cup of delicious freshly roasted coffee. We are very grateful to Sawank for allowing us to see the life cycle of his coffee.
So if all of that process from picking it up till roasting and drinking was a bit too complicated, here's a bonus short video. Roll it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to click this like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. Again, as I mentioned before, the app is actually ready, and we are now uploading it to the App Store, Google Play, and preparing all the necessary documents. Stay tuned. Launch it soon.